We all probably have that one uncle who loves talking about shares and investments at every family dinner. लेकिन have you ever wondered कि shares और stock markets जहाँ इन shares की buying और selling होती है यहाँ तक पहुँचे कैसे? And what's the story behind it? But before diving into the story, हमें ये तो पता होना चाहिए कि stocks यानी shares असल में होते क्या हैं? A stock is a share in a company, which means कि अगर किसी के पास एक company का stock है, then that person owns a part of that company and is a shareholder in the company. Now, you might be thinking कि सिर्फ अमीर लोग ही stocks में invest कर सकते हैं, because I mean not everyone owns companies, right? Lekin it's not really like that because literally anyone can buy or sell shares in public limited companies. Yani, the owner sells some parts of their business so to raise money, and from that you create stocks. और जहाँ इन stocks की buying और selling होती है उसे हम stock exchange कहते हैं. इस market में अलबत्ता हम खुद एक दूसरे को shares नहीं बेचते. इसके लिए licensed brokers होते हैं. पाकिस्तान में जैसे अकील करीम ढेबू, जहांगीर सिद्दीकी और आरिफ हबीब कुछ मशहूर ब्रोकर्स हैं. Now that you know what stocks really are, let's get down to business. So, before any proper stock exchanges were formed, ज़्यादातर countries में अपने trading systems होते थे, which operated more or less similarly to हमारे आजकल के stock exchanges. Back in the 12th century in France, there was a group of men that would manage the debts of the agricultural community on behalf of the bank. मतलब कि वो sort of दुनिया के first brokers थे, क्योंकि वो इन debts को trade और regulate और manage करते थे. Before you ask, brokers वो professionals होते हैं जो एक fee charge करके दूसरों के behalf पर investments करते हैं और उनके stocks manage करते हैं. Moving forward to around the 1500s, it was genuinely believed that innkeepers were in control of the trades and securities. So many would regularly meet up ताकि वो गवर्नमेंट एंड बिजनेस इश्यूज और डेट्स वगैरह डिस्कस करें. विद टाइम उन्होंने हाउसेस डेवलप किए जहां इन डिस्कशंस के अलावा they would trade bonds and promissory notes etc. अब जो ये हाउसेस थे they acted and operated similarly to हमारे आजकल के stock exchanges. लेकिन अभी तक we haven't talked about any actual stocks, have we? इसके लिए हमें आना पड़ेगा to the 16th century and the East India Company. इससे पहले कि you guys freak out, no, it's not that East India Company जो हमें हिस्ट्री में पढ़नी पड़ती है. ये ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी थी द डच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. एक्चुअली ये वो जमाना था जब डिफरेंट यूरोपियन कंट्रीज अपनी अपनी ईस्ट इंडियन कंपनीज बना रहे थे. पहले ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी बनी, फिर डच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी बनी, फिर फ्रेंच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी बनी और इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारी. इन सब ईस्ट इंडियन कंपनी बनने का पर्पस एशिया में ट्रेड करना और इस ट्रेड को रेगुलेट करना था. जब यूरोपियन शिप ओनर्स ने डिसाइड किया that they're going to trade in eastern countries in spices and ceramics etc., they were doing so because they wanted to trade in eastern countries and also bring back products from there to sell here. Very profitable, right? लेकिन they soon realized कि उनके प्लान में कुछ loopholes रह गए थे because they were going to be taking a lot of risk. Like a lot. वो इसलिए क्योंकि इन वॉयजेस के दौरान उनकी शिप्स को पायरेट्स का तो थ्रेट रहता ही था, लेकिन साथ ही में शिपरेक का भी डर था because सफर में the waters were very turbulent. अब जब शिप ओनर्स को पता था कि ये बहुत बड़ा रिस्क है because of which they could suffer extreme potential losses, तो हॉलैंड के शिप ओनर्स ने अपनी गवर्नमेंट को प्रेशराइज करना स्टार्ट कर दिया कि इस प्रॉब्लम का कोई सोल्यूशन निकाला जाए. हॉलैंड की गवर्नमेंट ने इस प्रॉब्लम को अंडरस्टैंड करते हुए एक जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी एस्टैब्लिश करके डच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को ये राइट दे दिया कि वो एशिया में ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. वैसे तो ये सारी हिस्ट्री डच नेशनल आर्काइव्स में भी मौजूद है और सर चार्ल्स राल्फ बॉक्सर की बुक द डच सीबोर्ड एम्पायर में भी डिटेल से डिस्कस की गई है. द कंपनी ऑफर्ड अ डील टू द इन्वेस्टर्स के if the investors provided some financial funding for the ship and crew, so they'd get a percentage of the proceeds earned on the return of that ship. When the investors agreed, so the ship owners had successfully reduced their risk. इस वजह से the investors decided to play it smart by investing in different ships going on different voyages. In today's markets, this is called the portfolio approach or diversification. The advantage in this case was कि अगर एक में ship in which the investor had put money वापस आई तो there was a fair chance कि investor को फिर भी returns मिले. Now that we know the backstory, तो हम आते हैं to the year 1602 जब the Dutch East India Company was formed. The name you just heard is actually the world's first public corporation, which means the first ever company to have stocks. अब जब ये company बनी तो the event was the first ever IPO in history, or initial public offering, in Amsterdam, which led to the formation of the world's first ever stock exchange. इतना कुछ इतनी जल्दी बोल दिया. It's okay. अब समझाते. When this company, the Dutch East India Company, was formed, they planned on giving something to the investors that no one had before. इस कंपनी ने पब्लिक को ऑफर करना शुरू कर दिया कि वो इसके ट्रेड प्रोजेक्ट्स में इन्वेस्ट करें और in return उन्हें shares offer किए. So they set up a system by which the investors had the option of investing in the company by buying shares instead of investing in many different ships. The advantage in this case was that the investors would be investing in numerous different ships, basically all the ships the company would be sending. At the first ever time when the Dutch East India Company offered shares to the people was the IPO, which actually just means the first time a company offers shares to the general public. This IPO took place in Amsterdam, which led to the formation of history's first ever stock market. अब इस पूरे process में the part of selling the shares to the general public was the part that created history's first ever stock. And so this is the story of how modern world stock exchanges like Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange and Pakistan ka PSX came into being after centuries of exploration of different ideas and concepts by different people and groups.